When we founded Seluxit in 2006, we had a dream to make Internet of Things more accessible to a wider audience. Actually, in the beginning, it wasn't even called Internet of Things. It was more called smart home or smart meter or smart building, anything with smart. So it took quite some time, actually, much longer than we anticipated to get here. But now Seluxit has products that can enable our customers to much quicker and much more safely get into the internet with their things. So we have a rapid prototyping kit where you can connect a sensor and within 10 minutes have data in a standardized dashboard. We have a CO2 monitoring lamp which shows the status in an office of CO2 and which thereby helps you to keep your employees sharp and shows you when to actually get fresh air into your building. But we also have really nice customer projects. The most famous is probably Gardena, which is a robotic lawnmower and a watering computer, and they have been using our system since 2016 when it was introduced into the market, and we brought them into the market with the start of the project in 2015 in January, and it was in the DIY stores like Bauhaus or other stores by April 2016. That means all the products had been developed, they had been tested, they had been certified, they had been manufactured, packaged and shipped and been put into the stores. Another really nice project which will be launched later this year is a heart starter. Here we actually save lives, which means this is an even more meaningful project. We monitor these heart starters, defibrillators, which are hanging all around in Denmark in public places, and we check that these devices are okay, that they have not been exposed to too hot climate, because that destroys the batteries and the pads that go on your chest, or too cold, which does the same. We also check that when a heart starter has been taken so it can be replaced, and we will detect if a heart starter has a low battery or other problems, and then we notify the people who are servicing these devices. We also have a very big project in Germany where we are working with smart meters. These smart meters are monitoring the electricity usage in homes at seconds intervals. Why is it important to have so accurate and so high resolution data? This is because from this high resolution data you can actually see activity in the home. So does grandma make coffee? Does grandma switch on the TV? Does she switch off the light? If there's no activity, you can notify the municipality or the family. In the future, we will be able to use this data to actually find out if grandma has some problems with her health. For example, if you have dementia, you become more and more night active. So if the day-night pattern changes, maybe grandma should be sent to a doctor. In the future, we will be able to use metering data, which is not an intrusive way to monitor people, for healthcare benefits. The latest project we have now is something called the Cura Pods. This is a project where containers will be refurbished into intensive care units. And these intensive care units, meant for the current crisis of COVID-19, where you want to keep a virus inside of this container. Therefore, the air pressure is lower in the container than the outside air, and then the air that goes out of the container is filtered or is pulled in through filters. These filters get saturated, and we are monitoring these filters, thereby keeping these devices at an optimum level. We can also detect whether the doors are open or closed, and whether the air pressure is still lower, because otherwise you have a health hazard that the virus may get out. Delivering solutions that can save lives is some of the most meaningful work that a company can do. And we are happy to be able to help in this COVID-19 crisis of 2020. The future perspective of the CuraPod project is that the blueprints for building these containers will be open source. And thereby this is helping even further. This means that any country that has container refurbishing companies, and there are some in most bigger countries, can actually build intensive care units from containers in the future. We know that the American FEMA organization is interested in potentially building 5,000 units. France has ordered 50 of these units. These containers can not only be used in the COVID-19 crisis. Think of hurricanes, think of earthquakes, think of refugee camps, any major crisis where you need fast deployment of mobile hospitals. There these containers will be able to help, and you need to know where they are. Therefore we have a GPS system in these containers, because when you send them by ship, or you maybe even fly them by helicopter, you don't always know or remember where you put them. Sounds crazy for such a big thing, but this is the actual truth of the story.